Recognize him? It's the man with the straw hat and the fabulous cane, Ben Blue. For 40 years, one of the top pantomime artists and comedians in show business. Now, this little souvenir sets up our request from James Lloyd of Reno, Nevada, who writes, "One of my most vivid memories of vaudeville days is the hilarious antics of Ben Blue, and he's still a great showman. May we visit his famous club and see him perform one of his wonderful old routines?" Well, okay, James, let's go ask him.
At Ben Blue's in Santa Monica, California, one of the most unique supper theaters in the world. And always at the door to greet every friend or customer who enters here is Mr. Showman himself, Ben Blue.
Hi, Jack. Nice to have you. Come on in.
Mind if we look around?
Not at all. Make yourself at home.
Looks like many an intimate supper club. But what goes on here at night is something else again. Ben, wasn't it quite a switch for you from life as an entertainer to that of a businessman running a place like this?
No, this is still show business. I'm up on the stage. I do 2 shows nightly.
Ever miss traveling out on the road?
Oh, not anymore. I decided to lead a normal life. I want to see my 2 boys go through school. You see, Jack, I think an entertainer is at a disadvantage because the footlight separates him from his audience, and he doesn't get a chance to meet them on a friendly basis. But here it's different because people come here from all over the world, like greet them and shake hands with them and get to know them personally. I think this is wonderful, and it's sort of something I've always wanted to do.
Which explains why Ben Blue's is just about the friendliest spot in town.
Well, thank you, Jack. I hope that's true.
Ben, the most unusual thing about your club to me is how all your staff get into the act.
Well, that's an idea I've had for a long time, Jack, and people seem to like it. By the way, this is Paul Folders and Jack Kimberly, 2 of our maitre d's. They're also in the Glee Club. Sammy.
Yep.
Sammy's been with me for about 25 years now, and he takes reservations here. He's also a pretty good comedian.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
I'm sorry I said it, no? This is Richard Cannon. When he's not tending bar, he's on stage. He has a beautiful voice and plays a mean bongo. Hold it, Richard. Save it for the paying customers.
Who's that at your spotlight, Ben?
That's Johnny Melfi. During the day, he's our reservation clerk. At night, he works the spot in the first show. Appears on the stage in the second. Jack, this is Ponce, one of our busboys. Besides being a very good busboy, he's a wonderful entertainer. He stops the show every night with his singing and his wonderful impressions. Thank you, Ponce. In addition to all the people in the regular show, cocktail waitresses, busboys, I guess everybody works in our place here, even the attendants in the restroom, work on the stage sometime during the night. Of course, my main interest is to find new talent. So I have auditions here every Thursday between 1 and 3. And it really pays off.
And what about your duties here at the club, Ben, aside from greeting and entertaining, that is?
Well, I guess almost everything, Jack. I assist in purchasing the food. I manage the place. I greet the people. I produce, direct the show. I guess I'm a man of all trades.
Performers are supposed to be notoriously bad businessmen. You must be quite an exception.
Well, I was pretty bad when I started. I guess I had a lot to learn.
Well, I can imagine the nerve it took going into a building that was considered a white elephant.
The nerve was all I had. I think I begged, borrowed, and stole everything I could get my hands on. I even hocked my house and my furniture. Well, anyhow, I raised $75,000. That's what they told me it would take to open up a club. But the night I opened, I found out I owed $99,000 more. Well, I'm very happy to say that's all paid off now.
And that was less than 2 years ago. How many people have come here since then?
Oh, I'd say approximately 300,000 or more. I have a lot of people to thank for that, Jack. Especially Walter Winchell, who gave me my first big start with his wonderful write-ups in his columns.
Yes, and I believe Winchell was one of those who appeared on your stage, too, the time you went to the hospital.
Yes, he did. About 4 months after I was open, I was taken suddenly ill, and I had to go to the hospital for an operation. Walter Winchell took over with 25 other wonderful big stars. Too many to mention, as a matter of fact. I'm afraid of leaving out somebody. I don't want to offend anyone. And, I guess if it wasn't for them, this place would have closed.
Ben, they say the great art of pantomime is dying out. You're surely among the last and the greatest.
Oh, not the greatest. I'm just one of them.
And that brings us back to our request for you to recall vaudeville days with one of your great old pantomime routines.
I'll be glad to. Let's have that spotlight. Ivan Lane? Excuse me, I'll get my hat and cane.
His staff at the club want to see this, too, so let's give him a chance to get down front. And now, Ben Blue and his Russian dance, just as he performed it at the old Palace Theater years ago.
And now, James Lloyd, here's one of those old routines you asked for.
Now, Ben, before we go, there's just one thing more.
Oh, yes. Wait till he got Jack's check. Tear it up. It's on the house.
Well, thank you, but no one leaves Ben Blues without a personally autographed menu.
Oh, I'd be delighted. I'm glad you asked me. I'm sure glad you came in here to see us, Jack. It's been an awful lot of fun. You asked for it?